All right, how you doing today? My name is Michael Trigg, Southern Baptiste.
Yes, hi. Hi, Tampa Bay. I'm glad to be here today. So, Mike and I, we have a new subject for you. We're going to talk about family business.
Wow.
And its legacy. So, as you know, Mike is definitely a family business owner. And it's a legacy of his because he's also part of the family of Big John's BBQ. So it's a legacy for sure.
Yeah.
And how we're going to handle it today, I'm going to read some information to you to kind of set the stage on family businesses and how they have evolved over time. So give me about 2 minutes to read this to you, and then we'll start our dialogue back and forth. Is that okay, Michael?
That's great, Ms.
Okay.
Baptiste.
Okay, so the history of Black family businesses is rich and complex, shaped by centuries of adversity and resilience. From the era of slavery through the civil rights movement and into the present day, Black families have overcome systemic barriers to entrepreneurship and built enterprises that have contributed significantly to their community and the broader economy. During slavery, many Black families were forcibly separated, making the establishment of family businesses nearly impossible. However, some managed to create informal networks of economic support within their communities, engaging in trade and small-scale entrepreneurship when permitted. That word permitted is key to remember. Following the abolition of slavery, Black families faced immense challenges in establishing businesses due to widespread discrimination and segregation. Despite these obstacles, many Black entrepreneurs persevered, creating businesses in various industries such as agriculture, retail, and services. During the early to mid-20th century, the civil rights movement brought renewed attention to racial inequality and economic injustice. Black entrepreneurs played crucial roles in this movement, using their businesses as platforms for activism and empowerment. Businesses like Black-owned newspapers, barbershops, and beauty salons became hubs for community organizing and resistance. In the decades since the civil rights movement, Black family businesses have continued to thrive and evolve. While systemic racism and economic disparities persist, many Black entrepreneurs have achieved remarkable success building enterprises that span industry and generate significant wealth. Today, Black family businesses remain vital contributors to the economy, driving innovation, creating jobs, and fostering community development. However, challenges such as limited access to capital, unequal market opportunities, and ongoing discrimination continue to hinder their full potential. Lastly, despite these challenges, many Black family businesses continue to persevere and thrive, exemplifying the resilience and determination of Black entrepreneurs throughout history. Through their ingenuity, resourcefulness, and commitment to community upliftment, they continue to leave a lasting impact on the business world and society as a whole. So that's the part about businesses. Entrepreneurs, small Black businesses, and family businesses. So what do you think about that?
Well, being born into a family business, my grandfather started Big John in '68, and he had a lot of challenges in that time, as far as saying getting his business off the ground. And I can remember the stories that he would sell a box of ribs because nobody would give him credit. He would sell a box of ribs, go back and get 2, sell 2, go back and get 4. And that's how he really got going. There was one lady at Columbia Bank on 7th Avenue was the first person that gave my grandfather credit and they probably still, Columbia Bank is no longer there, but they used that bank until it went out of business. But for me, I didn't understand the legacy part of, and the importance and how powerful that was for what my grandfather did, starting a business
Right.
for the family. But when I started my business, that's when I truly realized what he had accomplished.
Exactly.
And so my auntie has one also, April, BJ's BBQ on South Dale, Mabry. We have 3 barbecue pits in Tampa right now, but just building a business and being a pillar of the community in which your business it's I don't have one word to describe the feeling of fulfillment, but I can say it's a lot of work. And with my children, you can't force it on them, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I guess back when my grandfather started his business, his kids worked there and they understood they're gonna come here, they're gonna work, and getting a meal, that was their pay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I grew up, started my business in the era where, no, my kids want to be paid. But it's so funny because I heard the stories from my uncle, man.
Right.
My Uncle Dave told this story, man. I worked 100 hours, man. I just say, man, if you just give me a quarter for every hour, I'll be good. And he said, man, he ain't gonna do that, man. They said my grandfather gave me $15. So I didn't want my kids telling those stories like that about me. You know what I'm saying? But it's when we get together, little family reunions and family get together, man, it'd be funny as hell. So just it's a blessing from God.
Right.
So I don't know if I answered your question or anything.
No, that's good because you built on the foundation and the subject is about family business and the legacies. And what we do know that there's outside forces that have prevented us from thriving, and there's internal, and we have overcome both. Right. And we're still here.
Yeah, you have to, because when you go into business as a black person, it's gonna be you and God.
Right.
So my kids were so young when I started this. Only thing they could give me is labor.
Right.
They had no resources to put with me, but the labor was what I needed. And it's truly a blessing, man. We was over in the first part, we had 500 square feet. Mike would be on the register, DJ would be cooking, and Shane would be chopping.
Okay.
And when women would come in and see me and my boys, and that just put a smile on their face right there.
Exactly. That's priceless. Huh?
Right. But they didn't understand.
Right.
So now my son comes in all the time, DJ, he comes in, he's a firefighter, but he he's just like me when I was at Big John's. If I come in and it's packed, I'm going to work.
Right.
It's an understood rule in the family.
Right.
If you come in here and this place wall to wall, hey, go to work.
Oh, that's great. That's good.
So now I got other kids that don't do that, but he understands the unspoken rules. You know what I'm saying? So and Mike will come in and work. He'll come in and work. And stuff like that. So.
It should be an honor to work for your father's business, family business. So when we talk about family business, I mean, every family business have dynamics, like for instance, succession planning, who's in line, and what does that look like now when we talk about Konan BBQ? What does the succession plan?
That's a great question. And I said, because we didn't have that plan with Big John's. I'm being honest with you. However, when my grandparents passed, it went to the siblings. But then it just wasn't. It's not really done like it's supposed to be, in my opinion. So, all right, Tariq. So my thing is, I want to make sure that I have my things in order for my descendants, my kids.
Okay.
So I really want the kids that work in this place to take over it. So I got 9 kids. So if they don't work,
say that number again.
9. Okay. 5 girls and 4 boys.
Awesome.
So DJ and Mike and Shane, they've all
qualified to be a king.
Yeah, they've all spent time here. You know what I'm saying? So Jada's here right now, but it's so funny. I was looking for. I met with a realtor yesterday, and my oldest daughter, called me. Mikhail, we was on the phone, and my realtor was right there, and I told him I was meeting with a realtor to try to find another location, and Mikhail just went in. I had to give her the phone, get a phone to the realtor. Mikhail said, "My daddy need this. So she got to be in the mix.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that shows not only
ownership.
and she cares, and she's not gonna let me. She don't want me to fail. She want me to put me in a great spot so I can succeed. You know what I'm saying? So she understands the legacy part more so than I did.
Yes.
So that
that's
was
beautiful.
Oh man, it was powerful yesterday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So the succession plan is something that it continues to evolve, right? To make sure that people who are after you who want to be a part of the company or the business, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Have anybody expressed something negative? How they don't see this as their future?
A lot of them. You know, all my kids are most of them have degrees, and if they don't have degrees, they're seeking degrees.
Right.
And you know, my other daughter, baby, my baby Mikhail, he's probably gonna, he's number one. He's gonna probably be the first overall pick in the draft.
Right.
So he's not gonna work here, I don't think. And
he'll be able to support the business in different ways, right?
Yeah. Over here, on this side, excuse me. So, so you look at things like that, but, I think Mikhail, just from the conversation yesterday, she's gonna have a part in it. DJ, my oldest son, will have a part in it.
Right.
Mike will always have a part in it, you know what I'm saying? Jada, baby girl, I'm pretty sure she will have a part in it,
Right,
So
right.
outside of that, I think with them, they can take it and run with it.
Right, and so when you talk about your legacy continuing to live after you, do they understand that this is going to be a generational, pass it on to their kids and so on and so forth with that succession plan, keeping it alive, that legacy?
Yeah, man, that's what we did at Big John's. You know what I'm saying? My family, I have family members that have only worked in the family business.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? When you go there, you know what you're expected to do and what you're expected to get.
Right.
Right. So that was perfect for them.
Right.
And that's the same thing that I'm trying to emulate here, but just a little. I want more structure.
Right.
And I want it to just be out in the open so we understand this is what it is.
Right.
When I'm no longer in charge.
Right.
So it won't be no conflict. It's like, no, this is what Dad said. This is how we're gonna do it.
Right. Okay. Okay. So that's really good. Like you just said, making sure it has structure. Everybody know their role, their play, and so. If you think about family business, the customers see everything working really smooth, right? But does the owner understand the challenges, or is there something or someone in there that might be pulling things apart and not really understanding the overall concept of Konan BBQ? Is there something that you need to work on to make sure that succession plan goes forward and that those challenges or people or things or internal don't get the best of the organization,
right? So
the business.
Anytime you're doing anything, we both educators, so we always had a contingency plan in school.
Right.
So you always have unforeseen contingencies in anything that you do.
Right. That's true. That's true.
But Saba, it's just like anything else. Conan's is a relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be communicated, and you got to put a plan out there and it has to be executed.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, you have people that go against the grain, even in family business. So don't think that it don't happen like that, because it do. But for the most part, we have it worked out, and it wasn't always this way. It's just as smooth as it's been. This last run here, probably a year or two, just as smooth as it's been.
Okay.
Because before Saba, it's like, damn, it's been hard.
Right.
And I still have hard days, because when you own it, Saba, you got to be tough as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, being honest with you, I'm not saying this in a boastful way, but me and my mom have got into it, and she's had to walk away. You know what I'm saying? And not because anything I've done. because she didn't see my vision and understand that this is my place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be, gotta be tough.
Right.
You know, and so I always reference my friend James Redbone, my football player at Fort Valley State. And I heard him, because he's a business owner, and I heard him talk to his dad. I'm like, man, you can tell your dad, like, hey, look, that's not my dad, man. This is a business, and I'm the owner. He said some other words. This is my goddamn business. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't talk like that to my mom, but I understood. And, you know, but I got that same mindset.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to be tough. You know, I came here and my mom wasn't following the procedure the way I wanted it to, and I told her, cuss me out, you know? And I was like, listen, you got, let's be clear now. This is my restaurant. This is my business. I love you, and you can't talk to me like that in front of my customer or my employees. You know what I'm saying? So it's like things like that, man. But for the most part, my kids get it.
Right.
You know, they gripe is they want to make money.
Right.
Yeah, I need more money. You know what I'm saying? I say, you know, and so, you know, but, you know, they started, DJ Shane and Mike started making $50 a week.
Okay.
$50 a week, you know. And now I think when DJ come in, he make $20 a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? So there's no complaints with him and the people that's heavily involved.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I just South by Square, I did not know my daughter, Mikhail, was invested as she was.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From the business side of things,
Right.
because she's very meticulous. Her and her mom are the same people. And she was so, man, I was blown away.
Right. Well, this new generation is all about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You know, they see their future working for themselves because most of them, they have their little side hustle, you know, they're going on. And so they're familiar with what they make money on and how they can make it work in their future.
Right.
And the way society is going, it tells us we need to be entrepreneurs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? So I have my grandkids in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So I want to put a barbecue pit in Fort Valley. And this is the reason why. Because my grandson is 4. Tawanza and I drove up last Friday to his graduation, kindergarten graduation. It was great, you know what I'm saying? It was a loan from him.
That's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? But we had a good time, you know? So, but you know, it was nothing like Mike to go behind the counter at Big John's. Or when I started this place, Mike come in, he can do whatever he want to do with it.
Right.
And you know, and his friends would say, oh yeah, his dad owns Konan. You know what I'm saying? So I want my grandkids that's not here, if I put one in Fort Valley, they would have, I got a niece, Briley, and I want them to understand, I want them to have that feeling because it changes your mindset at an early age. You know, when you can come in here and you can walk around and you're own it, it's like, damn, how you get behind, my family own it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you looked upon, you get more respect in the community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it gives you a different perspective on life.
Right.
And my grandson and Briley, they was at the graduation. You know, he was graduating, Briley was there. And I just thought that would be so great for them to experience that.
That's great.
You know?
So feeding into that, carrying that legacy, that tradition, and also that high self-esteem comes with being a business owner and representing yourself in the community and also providing a really good product, right? Maintaining tradition. What would you say the top tradition that you're maintaining based on where you are right now and how you see it in the future?
So, like, I've always told my uncles and my sons that if I was to leave here, you know what I'm saying, the giving should not change. The partnership with Hillsborough County schools should not change. Like it's Teacher Appreciation Week, and we have done our part.
I know you was at Potter Elementary.
I was at Potter, C High, BC Graham, Carrollwood Day, that's Mike High School.
Right.
Did some yesterday for Cleveland Elementary
and they're closing, I hear.
Yeah, and also Carter Woodson. So the legacy that I want to always be a pillar of the community. You know, when the head steps down or passes on, they have their vision, how they want to, dictate with the business, and that's fine.
Right.
But the thing about it is, my vision
Right.
cannot be
Right.
put out, you know what I'm saying? To carry on, you know? So that's my whole thing. I just want them to understand that.
Right. So when you say maintaining tradition, that's also bringing in innovation.
Right.
What makes your business different from any other business?
Well, and I always believe the giving,
Right.
you know, because, you know, really, no business gives the way that Konan gives.
Right.
It's really, I give that way because I'm obligated by God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he tells me, and I just do it. He blesses his business accordingly, you know?
Right.
So, but I think like far as saying from the standpoint of
Right.
the tradition, you know what I'm saying? You just want to keep everything going.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
All right. Long time no see. Good to see you.
Right.
Thank you.
So you just want to always maintain what you kind of started, and you want the kids to understand. Over here, sir. Sir. On this side. Yeah. So you always want to maintain. You want the kids to maintain
Right.
the vision of Conan's in my absence.
Right.
But however, implement what you want to implement too, as long as it's positive and it's done right.
Right. That's good because bringing the community into the focus of the whole concept of Konan BBQ, which kind of guarantees the legacy, right?
Right.
And you spread the legacy. So in this business, one of the things people keep asking, how do you market your business? What is the visibility like to market your business? And how do you continue to bring in new customers and make sure that those customers bring in more customers by telling them about your brand?
Right. So believe it or not, I've been here 12 years, and it's still people in Tampa don't know I'm here because I'm off the beaten path. You know what I'm saying? It's like a hidden gem. And you know, when you're a small black business, we don't really have money for marketing. The best marketing tool I got is putting the food in someone's mouth by word of mouth. You know, so and that's what we've been. That's what I base putting the best product I can out.
Right,
You know?
right.
So and that's what we've done. And then, but now, you know, I do have a little bit of extra money. So we have something called Spot Hopper, and they put us out. If you put in barbecue, Konan to come up first.
Okay.
Stuff like that, and
Okay.
you know, social media. My kids are big on Instagram, so we have an Instagram page, Facebook
Right.
page, things like that. You know.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's great. I mean, in terms of the legacy business, I think the visibility, it goes across all nationalities, right? You get
Right.
all kinds of customers, right?
Yeah, I've always told people, man, this is the most diverse barbecue place
That's
I've
good.
ever been to.
That's good.
You know, and I'm blessed to be the owner of
Right.
it. But I mean, like we have on Friday nights, we have some kids from USF come in, some Asian kids. We have Korean. I mean, it's just crazy. They come in groups, like
Okay.
10, and they dine in with us, or they go
Okay.
outside and eat. You know. So when I first started the place, my dad said, Mike, man, I don't think it's going to work because 12 years ago, it didn't look like it looked right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had the guys hanging out front and things like that. So now, you know, we kind of cleaned everything up, you know? So he said, Mike, man, I think that if you start here, you're not going to be able to get both clientele. And that was the concern of my dad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not to discourage me, but he's saying, you know, it's going to be hard to make it just depending on one clientele. So he come here sometime, my dad said, boy, I was wrong. You did it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
That's beautiful, being able to have a product that goes across all types of groups and everybody finds it delicious.
It's even Conan's on the traveling channel. So a lot of people that travel here, they say that, I didn't know this, you know what I'm saying? But they said that it's on the traveling channel that if you go into Tampa,
Right.
it's 5 minutes from the airport.
Right.
So a lot of people get off the airplane with their luggage and come here.
Come here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we had a conversation about briefly about costs and margins and profit and everything in the big scheme of things. Do you think there's a big margin of what you sell versus cost versus profit?
Well,
And the portions that you give and
So,
the volume.
That's the thing. So our portions on our side are huge.
Right, they are.
But we're not going to change that because
Right.
that makes Conan's.
That's an innovation. That's the
You know,
unique
right.
thing
So
about
you come
Konan.
here, if you get to have a chicken dinner, if you get a chicken dinner, 2 people can eat off of it.
Right, really.
You know, and,
that's true. That's true.
But things are high. So, you know, our prices got to go, you got to change with the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think we probably one of the more affordable barbecue spots here in the area.
Yes.
But, you know, we're still, you always going to, the upcharge on food is going to be high.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we still can make a pretty good penny.
Right.
With the way things are right now. You know, so I just, you know, like this time of year right now, it's about to be summer, so 4th of July, Memorial Day, all that's about to come.
Right.
And so that's when barbecue, the meat goes up.
Okay.
So it's crazy because it went up before that. You know, ribs right now are probably like I probably pay $2.16 a pound, and that's on the high end, really, because when it's not in season, it goes from like $150, $159.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
so again, chicken is hard too right now. It's like $75 a case, and really that's really like 69 to 70. Those little dollars add up, you know.
Right. So when we talk about cost and margin, is that some kind of training you make sure your staff know about because of the intricacies of how you run a business, since it's a family business,
Right.
and they need to know every aspect, you know.
Right. So we do that with on the meat side. You know what I'm saying? We have the scoopers there to put the 8 ounces in the sides.
Right.
It just don't work for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When you come here, I want you to get a bang for your buck.
Right. Okay.
I want you to say, damn, I want, not only is the food good, they give you a lot of food at
Right,
Conan's, you know?
right,
So,
right.
And we started that way, and that's the way we're going to continue.
Okay.
Now, my kids, just, you know, we were talking about succession, you know what I'm saying? So they might say, well, nah, man, we're going to do things, we're going to make more money. I want to make more money. And it's not about the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real, it's never been about the money with me. You know what I'm saying? It's about the product, satisfying these customers.
Right.
And because we have a good product and we give a good portion, I don't want that to ever change when I step down.
Okay.
When I hand it over, I'm like, come on, man. So this is, I'm glad we're having this podcast because it's going to be something to refer back to.
Right,
But
right.
this is, no, man. And if I come in and they giving out skimpy sides, I'm saying, what's the problem?
Okay.
You know?
So since it's a family business and we're talking about family legacy and food product, who all contributes to the food, the awesomeness of the food, you know?
Well, my brother just recently came back in the fold. He's doing a hell of a job right now, too, on the grill.
Okay.
And it's just good. Me and my brother, my mom, we grew up together, man.
Right.
And my brother, he just kind of been doing his own thing.
Right.
But we're real close.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So to see him every morning, we go get breakfast. You know, I don't eat breakfast, he eat it, but I just go just sit down with him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we have a talk, and we come start our day.
Okay.
My mom been cooking the sides here lately, and she does a good job. My daughter Jada makes the sides till my mom gets here.
Okay.
Miss Bridges on the cash register. Eric does. He wears so many damn hats around here.
Right.
To be honest, that's the problem. You know, it's not just me stepping down. When Eric steps down, because Eric preps, Eric chops, Eric takes the orders for catering. He wears a big hat.
Right.
He wears probably about 4 or 5 hats. So he's a vital part of this business. And my cousin Kevin comes in on the weekend. My friend Rodney, we graduate together. He's from the area. He works on the weekend. Shalina, she's in there. So we got then I got the catering team with Katisha, Aunt Regina, Aunt Sheila.
So it's really a real family
and Miss
business.
Lisa. Yeah.
And the people that's been involved is like family.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay,
definitely.
that's wonderful.
You know, so we just trying to do the best we can to maintain the excellence of Conan's.
Okay, so what happens? Seasonality. You talked about people coming at certain period of time, coming from the airport.
Right.
When do you think you experience the most influx of customers And what are they coming for other than barbecue? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so we do something called the first Saturday
Okay.
of every month.
Okay.
You know, so we have drinks there. We have drinks outside, DJ, an outside eating area.
Okay.
And it's people, so it's big. You know, it's great adult fun. We have cornhole, we play cards, we have a spade tournament
Okay.
out there, that's a card game. And then, you know, like we kick off the summer. It's just like the same thing we do for the new year. We kick off the new year with free barbecue for the city. So we'll have, Saba, we fed probably 1,000 people in January 1. So I anticipate the same thing taking place the day we decide to kick off the summer.
Okay, so,
You know?
okay.
So the whole city come out for that.
Okay.
It'd be awesome, man.
The city?
The whole
Wow.
city. The whole city.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when does that happen?
Well, we haven't set a date for the summer, kick off for the summer, but we always kick the new year off January 1.
Okay.
With free barbecue and
Okay.
everything. So when we do stuff like that, it's not hamburgers and hot dogs, it's the food that we sell.
Every
Chicken,
day,
ribs,
right.
sausage,
Yeah, the real good.
Yeah, you know,
quality
a lot of people
food.
have a review or anniversary or something like that, and they'll give you hot dogs or we're not doing that. You know, we give you what you buy.
Right. So to wind down, we're about to wind this down, and I just want you to give us idea in the community and abroad. What is your competition like? Who is your competitors? You know, what have you seen in this job that says, wow, there's a lot of competition, or there's not a lot, you know?
Well, so, you know, when you're in this business, you tend to eat everybody's barbecue. And our only competition, really, is ourselves. You know
like
what I'm saying?
that. I like
you know,
that.
And I'm, you know, and I come from a barbecue family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're not dodging
I
no
like
smoke.
that.
You know, if we come out here every day that we open and do what we're supposed to do, Konan's number one.
Right.
And
I like that.
I'm prepared to go side by side with anywhere in the country.
Okay.
I'll never forget it. My cousin Morgan got married in Dallas, and so I was, you know, Texas is a barbecue region.
Right.
So I went to this place called Papa's Barbecue,
Okay.
and when Papa's I think started in '62,
Okay.
so they was before Big John's, and I ate their food. And I couldn't wait to get back home because I left there encouraged. I said, Konan gonna be all right. We killing this right here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and that's what it is. So we're not dodging any smoke, man. But it's crazy. I got this shirt on, and the shirt is the Family Foundation, and Big John's on the bottom. Konan's right here, and BJ's my auntie. You know what I'm saying? That's what we represent in Tampa.
That's awesome.
But you know, I'm not dodging anybody.
Right.
You know. And,
Right.
You know, so
that's
what it is.
great. So anything you like to say about, has the journey been well worth a family business?
Saba, man, now you're trying to want me to get emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I can tell you the things that I was able to do from this business, man, to put tears in my eyes and in my heart, you know what I'm saying? I was able to buy my mom a car. I ain't just buy a car, you know, I'm an Acura dude. I was an Acura dude before I transferred to Toyota.
Right.
But I bought her an Acura MDX. My brother has one. Then I was able to buy my kids' cars, you know. I was able to fly all around the country, watch my kids play sports in college. Not only when I got there, I got the biggest SUV, put their mom in the car, their grandmother in the car, and their teammates to go anywhere we want to go to eat, and I get the bill and with no sweat. Michael, you know what I'm saying, I was able to do so much for him, you know, private school education. You know, he's had probably 5 cars. My insurance was sky high. I'm dealing with that dude, man. You know, I was able to take care of my son Shane a certain way. You know, doing my part with him. It's just been a truly blessing. And then not only that, to clean up the community where we once dwelled. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back to life in a positive light. To have people coming. The mayor would come, you know, the mayor come to Konan's, and we had COVID. She came out and spoke. My mom had a breast cancer awareness program. She came out and spoke, man, and the mayor, her executives Secretary Chantel. You know what I'm saying, man? It's just Chanel. It's just been a blessing. I've been able to rub elbows with who's who in Tampa because of the business, but because the way I run my business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's been such a blessing, man. I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I remember that guy right there. I remember you back. I remember you, man. How you doing? All right. Yeah. So it's just. I thank God.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this is a wrap-up piece here. Today we talked about family businesses and its legacy. Our specific subject was on Konan BBQ in Tampa, Florida. And if you haven't been here, please come because it's awesome. Starting with the great sauce, the meat, the sides, and one of the best things about Konan BBQ is the owner. He's a genuine person and a great person. So please come in and try the barbecue with his family business.
We just always trying to be a helpmate because if you look at any parable in the Bible, he always was helping somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we had that mindset, and we you know, and that's what it's truly about. But Saba, I want to put food for thought for our next podcast.
Okay.
And I want you to think about it right now. I want to put it out there.
Okay.
I want to ask this question: when divorcing, why does it have to be ugly? If you've been married 25 years, and you have children, you're gonna have grandchildren. Why does divorce always have to be ugly? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know if you have assets and, you know, stuff like that, you need to be fair with each other, but it should never be to the point where you can't stand each other. You know, I was looking at a podcast with Uncle Shay, Shannon Sharp and Gary Owens.
Okay.
He went through a divorce and he was telling me he hadn't talked to his kids in 3.5 years. And he did everything with his kids, you know? And, you know, they graduated from college, he paid for the college, and he just reaching out, you know, he has to sneak to his daughter's graduation, couldn't even approach her at the graduation. And that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So even like, you know, I have similar situations like that, not with being married, but with the kids. We gotta understand, man, like if the marriage don't work or the relationship don't work, we have these children. We have to parent those kids a certain way so the respect is there for both parents.
Right, I agree 100%. Agree.
And I just, you know, it was rough to hear that from him. So I want to make sure I put that out there.
Okay.
Next week, we're going to talk about divorce. And sometimes, you know, I don't want nobody to be unhappy. So you're not supposed to stay for the kids to stay in the marriage because you don't want, my mama said we gotta be married. No, I want you to be happy. But when exiting the marriage, I mean, you still gotta think about, you wanna be, you know, cordial.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I believe that you should be able to walk, if your kids in school and they have a program, y'all should be going to program together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that goes into that. I can't wait. I'm gonna say this for the next.
Okay.
But yeah, because I run it right now. You know what I'm saying? That's how passionate I am about, you know what I'm saying, relationships.
Okay.
Positive relationships.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So thank you guys for tuning in. This has been No Losses, Just Lessons. Mike Trigg.
Saba Baptiste.
God bless.
Thank you. Yes. Love you. Goodbye.